Hello and welcome to Treasure Chest Tuesday. This is where soul mastery and the treasure chest of you come together. And I'm so thrilled to be with you as always, weekly. How great is that? So, we all want peace, right? We all want peace in our hearts, in our lives, and in the world. I'm for that, absolutely. And you as a soul, before coming into these earth incarnations, knew a deep sense of peace. So this is a reunion with peace that you're looking for. You know it's possible because you've known it deeply and completely through many, many, many spans of what we call time here, right? So, in contrast to peace is war, we'd say. I've been speaking lately to the fact that the greatest detriment to life is not guns, it is not natural disasters, it is judgment. And what does that judgment look like on the outside? It looks like hate born of fear. Did you know, and this is something that Greg Braden talks about, 80 million people have died intentionally by the hands of war and other in this century more than ever in any other century because of differences. Which comes back to judgment. You are not like me. I want to get rid of you, right? You don't have the same worldview. And usually it goes back to religion. You don't have the same God. You don't feel the same way I do about something that matters to me. And it all goes back to that sense of fear. I'm afraid is what is going on in the hearts and minds of the people that create war, and we have done it. I'll explain why. We have contributed to that, not nearly in the same way. But it's based on fear. I am afraid if you are not like me, that you won't like me. I am afraid of you because if you're different, you might hurt me, you might take something from me. I am afraid because all sorts of things, okay? I am afraid, A, that you're going to hurt me, B, that you're going to abandon me and not like me and approve of me, and I hate you because you're different and it scares me. So it is true we're all looking for soul connection and unity and oneness and inclusion, but the opposite of that is war and hating and fearing another because of their differences. So what can we do about that? What can we do about that in ourselves right here? Because it's not just a matter of going, oh, I hate all that war that's going on out there. It makes me crazy. Well, remember, if you hate it, you fear it. You fear the power of those that seemingly have the capacity to destroy you and what you value. So there's fear in that. Much better to come to a place where you go, that doesn't work for me, this works for me instead, and this is what I'm going to put my energy into. This is a year of collaboration, coming together. That's part of why I'm bringing this up, because I'm always looking at what is it that's keeping us from coming together. I love collaboration. What is it in me that doesn't allow me to have that in the fullness that I'd like? And it's in my heart. So for example, here in the United States, we have lots of people running for president 2020. Okay, yes, 2020. That's not that long from now. So I heard a little something about one of the candidates that has announced themselves, and I went, what? That's not helpful. That person's only going to do A, B, and C, take votes from here, and blah, 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 and all of that. And I went, oh, judgment, Susan. What are you afraid of? What do you not like about that person? What are you afraid of, and how it will impact you and your life? Okay. So then I listened to a video of this person, and their worldview and the way they are going into the campaign for themselves and what they want to bring to this country and the world. And I went, not a bad philosophy after all. Okay, I changed my heart in the situation. This is how we make a difference. Do we need to agree with everyone? No. We may feel there's a lot of people we don't agree with, but to judge them, hate them, and be afraid of them is what we're looking at. Instead, we have to listen. Listen to the heart of the matter. When we listen, we can hear that the reason they're doing what they're doing is their own fear, is their own insecurity, is their own wound of separation. And we go, isn't that interesting? Of course they would have that, wouldn't they? And so I don't agree with what they're doing. I don't follow them in what they're doing, but I don't hate them, nor do I judge them or give it any weight. I've got so much attention on collaboration, bringing peace, bringing things together, that is not taking over the world of power for me. You see how that works? So, judgment being the number one killer of life, judgment and different beliefs in worldview and how we see something larger and what we value is keeping us from the peace. So look at this closely as it relates to your family. That's usually where we find a lot of war, right? My family has a video from many years ago, and we called it Family Wars. It was honest and real. We did a game, and it showed up that there was a certain kind of envy going on between two people in the what was supposed to be a playful pie throwing. It turned out a lot of anger in there. It's like, okay, family war, there it is. So look at the people closest to you that you are angry at because they believe differently than you. Maybe you're not happy with a client or a neighbor or somebody like that. They're just like, wait a minute, I can't believe they believe that. What are you afraid of? And that resistance is driving what in you? Now again, maybe you're not supposed to make utter deep love peace with that person, but peace in your own heart to listen and understand where that person is and say, okay, that's my uncle and he is not my favorite uncle. I don't like how loud he is. I don't like the way he believes this and that about guns, whatever it is. But I'm listening to his fear. I get it. And I'm not going to give him any more power around that. And I might find one day I'll be able to say something to him about what I value that's not wriggled with judgment about him and what he's doing and how I am holier than thou and much more peaceful than him. Who knows? So, in this time of collaboration, it's so important to be in our heart and let just the instantaneous feeling of loving this world we're in, loving the nature, loving the people we are in collaboration with, discovering who is close in our circle, and developing more of that from a peaceful place in our heart. And when we create more of that, what is outside of that doesn't hold power, and we come to peace with what's going on in the world, and because we've come to peace in ourselves, and we have a much greater trust and faith and knowing that there is something deeper at work, and what others are working with will get resolved much better without going to war with other people if we aren't going to war with other people and in ourselves. Okay? So have fun with this one. Do not look at it as a dark, deep, oh my gosh topic. Look at it as like, oh, how can I create greater peace in myself within myself and within the parts of myself today to make sure that there's a collaboration in your heart. One of you wants to move forward crazily fast and take the risk. Another part of you goes, no, 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 I'm afraid. Get them together, collaborate, listen, find out what's important to each part, and then come to the place of peace that says there's room for everything. Differences are uniquenesses. There's room for every view of the situation. So I am with you in finding co-creation, collaboration from love, and that deep foundation of love, which is peace. And while you're here, please, if you aren't signed up for my email list, do so, because there's tons more wisdom, connection, and love to be known by going to my website, soulmastery.net, and all the events that I do from all the time. And two great births that I am announcing in the last week. Yeehaw! It's a time for that. One is the Spain retreat, or should I say the retreat in Spain. Explore the magnificence of your inner universe in the Andalusia region of Spain with my friend Nikki Graham, and you can go to soulradianceretreats.net. We'll put the link below to look at it. It's an incredible opportunity for all of us, a week together in glorious Spain. And the other thing I am birthing is my first ever, which is such a glorious thing I've been wanting to do for years, is a soul mastery spiritual coach training certification. So go to soulmastery.net to look up all the details about that and hear more about that. If you are wanting to be a soul level, high frequency healer, transformer, contributor to this life in new ways, and now is your time to do that. This is going to be a fabulous training. Live calls with me. Anyway, more on that one. As you can tell, I'm very excited about it. So, blessings of peace to your heart, to your everything, and to this world as a deep reflection of you. Blessings of love.